Hello everyone, you are welcome to another video. In today's video, we shall be looking at sales, worksheets and workbooks in Microsoft Excel. So particularly, what are sales, or what is a sale? So a cell is a box, okay, that you can see in this grid, okay, of an Excel sheet. So this rectangular box you can see is a cell, and this cell can take in data, whether it is text, whether it is numbers, dates, any kind of data. You can write it in a cell. Now if you notice here, this is what we call the name box. The cell has a name box, and that name box is A2. So this particular cell is in column A and row 2. So that is why you can see here it is called A2. Now if I try to highlight several cells together, okay, you will notice that the name box, the values are changing. The number of rows, the number of columns is also changing. Okay, you can see that it is changing. Now nonetheless, as I leave it, you discover that it is A2. So that means the active cell, in as much as I highlighted group of cells, the active cell is A2. So that is why the name box is showing A2. And as it is this way, if I want to perform a function, okay, on this worksheet, the function can only be applied to the data that is within these highlighted cells. So let's say I want to maybe I have a data set and I highlighted cells this way, and I want to perform a pivot operation on it. The pivot operation can only be done within this group of cells, leaving other aspects of the table. Now we want to talk about worksheets. So this interface you can see is what we call the worksheet. Okay, the worksheet is a group of cells, and it contains columns, okay, which are in alphabets, and then it contains rows which are in numbers. And there's something about the columns. As the columns are, you can make adjustments to it depending on the data you have. Okay, you can click on this and drag like this. Okay, you can take it back. So these are some of the changes you can make to the worksheet. Now we want to see how we can be able to so, and when you come down here, okay, so this is the name of the worksheet. As it is, this is sheet 1. You can rename this sheet by either double clicking it this way, okay. So I'm going to write let's say name. You click on enter, or you can right click on it and you see the rename option here. You write again name 1. You can see that. So that is how you can be able to rename the worksheet. So you can also insert new worksheets. You insert new worksheet by clicking this plus sign here. So when you click the plus sign, it will open a new worksheet, and also you can rename it too, and you can open as many worksheets as you want. Okay, so now if you want to delete a worksheet, you simply right click on the particular worksheet you want to delete, and then you press the delete key. Okay. So so that is the way you can be able to delete worksheets in Excel. Let me open up multiple. Okay, so now there are certain instances you are working on a data set, and you want to group the data sets. You want to group them, maybe for instance you are working on the business data of a business enterprise, and then maybe for the month of January you are dealing with the data on sales. For the same month of January you are dealing with the data on revenue. For the same month of January you are dealing with the data on expenditure. So you can group those sheets, together, okay, so that you can be able to identify that you are dealing with the data on January. So how can you do that? Now, if let's say this is a name, so we can just say something like January. Okay, January sales. Okay, then let's copy this quickly, and then double click and paste January expenditure. We double click, and then we'll say January revenue. Okay, so now as it is, you want to group them together. You hold your control key, okay, you hold your control, you click on this. Can you see it has been grouped? You also click on this. So as it is, the sheets, the 3 sheets have been grouped together. So that is one of the ways you can be able to group sheets. And when you group it, you can also come to give it a unique color. A unique color. Let's say you give it a dark red, so you can be able to identify, okay, this is talking about January, these 3 are talking about January. Can you see that? So that is how you can be able to group. Can you see that? So it has been grouped as January. Now if you want to ungroup it, you hold your control once again, you hold this, and then you click on ungroup sheet. So all of them has been ungrouped. You can now go back and remove the colors. Okay, go back, no color. Okay, so now we can leave this particular one. Okay, so these are the ways you can work with worksheets. Now another aspect of worksheet that you need to know is that you can be able to move the worksheet. Okay, if you come to the home tab and you come to the format option that is here, you can click. When you click on it, you go to what we call the copy, move or copy sheet. Okay, you click on it. Now it is going to ask you where do you want to move the sheet to. Okay, so is it to this book, or do you want to move it to a new book? So if you click the option of moving it to a new book, Excel is going to open a new book. Now if you want that a copy of the book should be opened in the new workbook, then you click this option here. But if you don't want a copy, but you want to move it directly to the new book, then you leave the option. But since I want a copy, I'll click on it, and then I'll click OK. So you can see Excel has opened another book named book 2. Okay, you can see that. So this is book 1, and then this is book 2. So because I clicked a copy, that is why you can see January expenditure here, and then if you come to this place, you also see January expenditure. So everything, any changes that I made, that is any data that I have here, even including the changes to the sheet name, everything will be copied or moved to the new workbook, depending on the option that you have chosen. We want to talk about workbook. Now if you look at the heading here, you can see it is named book 1. This is the title of this book. We can open a new book. Okay, when you click on file, the file tab, it will take you to this pane, and then you click on blank workbook. So a new book has been opened, which is book 3. Okay, and then of course you can close it by coming here and you click the multiplication sign there. You can create a new book, okay, just like what we did, and then you can open an existing book. So but before we open an existing book, let's save this. So when you come here, you have the options, okay, of saving, and then you choose the folder you want your book to be saved in. So I'll call this sample workbook. Okay, and then I save. So this particular workbook has been saved. So you can see it is titled sample workbook. Now Let's say I've done everything that I need to do on the workbook. I want to secure it. Okay, I want to protect the workbook so that it will not, apart from the people that I'll be sharing the workbook with. Of course, I'll give them the password. No other person can be able to access it. So if, let's say, I want to do that, then what I'll do is I'll come to the review tab, okay, the review ribbon, and then you come to protect workbook. You click on it, and then it will ask you for the options. So you type in your options, your password. It will ask you for the password. Okay, I've typed in the password and I click OK. It will ask for another one for confirmation. Okay, so the workbook has been protected. Now let me close this, save the changes, and then if, let's say, I want to open to the page, okay, to that particular workbook, that is sample workbook. Okay, just watch. Can you see that? Okay, so it opens. So the workbook has been protected. I try to input any data here, then I run. Okay, you can see that. So as it is now, no one can be able to move the sheet or perform any kind of a structural changes to my workbook. Okay, you cannot another user cannot move, you cannot delete, or you cannot add a sheet. So let's try to see what it looks like. Can you see that? So the person cannot rename it. Okay, so there is no option for that. Now that is one aspect of the workbook. Now if, let's say, I want to protect the worksheet, so in protecting the worksheet, this time around I'll come to the review tab, and then I'll click on the protect sheet. I'll put in the password. So it will ask me the options that I want to protect in the sheets. Do I want to that is protect the cells? Okay, do I want to protect the columns, every format cells, format columns, format rows? So these are the options. So any one that I choose, okay, these are what we allow the users to do only. Okay, to do only. So if I want another user to sort, I'll click here. If I want another user to insert new rows, insert new columns, I'll click. So if I'm to share this particular sheet, the person has the option of performing only these 5 items on the sheet. It cannot do more than these 5. That is to select locked cells, to select unlocked cells, to insert columns, to insert rows, and then to sort. Apart from these, the user cannot do any other. So let's try to see what that is. Okay, so the sheet has been protected. This is January sales. So let's open it. Okay, and then I type in, can you see? So the cell or chart you are trying to change is on a protected sheet. So to make a changes, unprotect the sheet. Okay, it might be requested to enter a password. It's alright. So let's go to review tab, and then let's say unprotect. So you'll be required to enter the password. If you cannot remember, you are on your own. Sorry to say that. So you have to do well to save the password somewhere secured. So when I click OK, so then I try to enter the, can you see? So the sheet has been unprotected. So that is all on the cells, the worksheets, and the workbook. See you in the next video. Bye.